You're now listening to the Palmetto Dugout Show, hosted by State Director Sammy Esposito, Associate Scouts Drew Stewart and Sean Smith, that discuss all things related to amateur baseball in South Carolina. Here are your hosts.
Welcome in episode 59 of the Palmetto Dugout Show. I'm Drew Stewart. We got Sammy Esposito. What's going on, Coach?
What's happening? We doing all right today? How's life?
It's been a rough week, but fall break's upcoming next week, so I have the whole week off next week.
Coach, what are you gonna do with yourself for the week? What are you gonna do?
I guess I'm gonna be PBR in it.
Hey, sometimes it's just not a bad thing.
You finally get your staff member back.
Partially, yeah. It's about there. About time.
Partially. Well, you can't get the full staff back. It's just not happening anymore. Some of us, some of the staff members are going on vacation every week of the year. So
this is the full time.
Yeah. So hey, watch out. Like and subscribe down below, because this is a very short show. We do have a guest picker, but we don't have a guest on the show. But we're going to keep this one short because I got a belief next week's going to be pretty long.
We should have some high-end content to break down next week. Some baseball stuff to talk about next week.
Is that what we talk about on this?
Sometimes. Most time we don't. But, sometimes we have a tendency to talk about it. I think we got a big event going on next week. I believe we have rolling out on Tuesday night. So, never know. We'll be able to break down some big time pro case stuff. So we'll see what happens. Hey, I know we got some guys that are playing this weekend, and we're gonna kind of leave the registration open into Monday night for the pro case guys, with a big last weekend for a lot of guys playing down there in Jupiter. So I know we had some pitchers that were waiting to see how it went, but we're going to leave it extended open a little bit longer and not close it out because we had some guys just checking on it. So we're looking forward to Tuesday night. I know, like you said, a full staff, you would show up in attendance. Hey, I get my tent back?
No. Hold on now. So this tent has traveled to Death Valley, and it has produced a lot of advertisement. I mean, I've had various kids come up to the tent and say, "Hey, Coach," and I'm like, "Hey, man, I don't even know." But hey, the advertisement is through the roof.
I just selfishly, I was a little upset last weekend at my son's games. It was really hot and sunny, and there was no shade, and we were really hoping for my tent.
Coach, that sounds like a Kia problem, not a me problem.
It is a Kia problem because I still can't get that engine shipped in. So we're if anybody out there is listening, has an engine that wants to be shipped to me or has a vehicle for us, so let's let us know. I've been advertising for an awesome company here at Midison Town, so I've been driving their courtesy car around for over 3 months, but I have a feeling that's coming to an end fast. So need a vehicle or an engine out there if anyone's interested.
Hey, we're gonna have a partly new staff member on the pro case. Xavier Cuevas is gonna be taking pictures for the PBR South Carolina.
Coach, from events a year or plus ago to working the events coming for us. So got a new guy coming in to help. So that'll be big time to get him out there. Get some new freshness running around, snapping photos.
He's having to take Josh Jackson's place now that Josh has moved on to better things.
Yeah, we still continue to get the emails to support the College of Charleston.
I got one 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I got one too. Last chance if you guys want to help out the program down there. But yeah, we're breaking in a new photographer this weekend to see how it goes. So I'm sure he'll do a great job. He's been to some events. He knows how they go. So we'll just, right, as you say, just go get them. So the worst part for you will be going afterwards and having to dig through the thousands of photos they take.
That's always the fun part, right? I mean, just maybe, and we won't lose the SD card this time, hopefully.
Fingers crossed, as I think it got drug under and is now in the bottom of the field down there.
I don't know where it is. I'll probably find it'll probably be stuck in my car somewhere, and I'll find it 5 years from now.
We'll find it Tuesday night when we go to grab something. You'll see it on the ground.
It'll be in the shreds.
1 year later, here it is.
1 year later, here we are. And then you move to Sunday, Francis Marion, unsigned senior games.
Unsigned senior, yeah, we're excited about that one. Kind of give some of these older guys, as the fall winds down, one last crack at it to kind of update some numbers, get some good video to be able to get out there to some coaches, and already talked with some, some D2 and junior colleges around the state that plan on being in attendance. If they show up or not, that's obviously up to those guys. But talked to a few of them, and they plan on being there. So beautiful facility down there, Francis Marion, and knock on wood, have some good weather down there. Fingers crossed for that. Have some good talent that signed up for that. So we're gonna make some more runs out of here, get some guys there. So we're looking to have a good day with a good event. So it'll be a fun time down there.
I can't tell if I'm more pumped for the event or more pumped for the 3.5 hour drive back after the event.
What about after the Buc-ee's? See,
Coach,
here's the
I
question.
don't know that I can make
you
it
won't pass
back.
it. Will you? You'll miss it. You would have to go out of your way to get in the Buc-ee's, or will you be?
No, I'll take 95 to 26. So I will hit it.
You know what? You never. Hey, put in an application while you're at it.
I, general manager here. I'll move to Florence tomorrow.
Yeah, $150K to be the car wash superintendent or whatever it is. So
yeah,
I didn't even know they had a car wash there. By the way.
Well, they got it somewhere because they got a job for it, and you will. If they pay me that much, that'll be the cleanest cars in the America. At that point, you pay me that much to clean a car, I'll clean it as best as you want me to.
Tips are included.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Coach, that's all the baseball I've got. Other than big shout out here, just came through today, and that is congratulations to Bennett Edwards, 2025 catcher, right-handed pitcher from Lawrence High School, committing to Georgia Southern.
Coach, big shout out. Big shout out. The Eagles getting a good one here in the state, right? Which way is he going to go? Pitcher, catcher, hitter? Who knows? Only time is going to tell. But obviously, they got a good one. Bennett can really receive and throw back there, and he's got a good swing. And right, kind of the pitching's kind of been developing here as late, but it's good arm strength, right? Up to 88, 89, 90 miles an hour with a breaking ball. So kind of obviously when you saw him catch, right? When we've seen him catch and throw, you kind of go, "Ooh, guy's got some good arm strength." And obviously starting to make a little bit of a transition out of the mound and, watching that come out. So the Eagles got them a good one out up there in Lawrence. So he's
a lot going on down there in Statesboro.
You know what? Statesboro's come a long, long way, and a lot of things are popping down there. So Savannah's 45 minutes away, ain't bad.
Popping's a good adjective for it.
Coach, when was the last time you've been to Statesboro?
Coach, it's been about 2 years, but hey, it's popping.
That was the start of my college coach career down there, Coach Hennon. First 2 years of college coaching down in Statesboro, Georgia. It's quite a bit different now than it was then. So that was 18, 19 years ago. So big difference. Big difference. You're barely 18, 19 years old. So.
Oh, God. I was about to say, Coach, I wasn't but about 6 years old. So
yeah, Jeez, thanks. Appreciate that.
That's what we all needed for today. Hey, I guess we're gonna hop over to the pick'em, Coach. Another shout out here. Omar is back.
Omar, the tent maker, came back big time.
He had been making a lot of tents, so he had been absent, but he's back now.
Coach, he came back like strong too.
He did 4 comments.
Yeah, 4 comments quickly. I mean, it came in hot with it. So he wasn't messing around. And he owes his bookie a lot of money by listening to us. So
yes, I mean I got a feeling he's taking our picks to Vegas. I don't know if he's winning a lot of money, but
it obviously depends on the bets and all those things. But there's obviously one of us that is winning, but we're all so far to this point in time winning. So if we all made straight picks, made it even all the way across the board, we'd all have money in our pocket. So Omar is obviously not listening to us.
He is. He's trying to tune in. And you get to the records here. You, Coach, are 34-26. Not bad. Not too shabby. Austin is 38-22. And here I am at 39-21. I just haven't received the benefit of my picks yet. I hadn't seen the money come in.
Coach, long way to go. Long way to go. What are we, week 5?
This will be week 6, Coach.
Week 6. So we got a long way to go. How are our guest pickers? What would be their overall record? Do we know that? If we
it would probably be it'd be way better than mine. I think, yeah. Well, Blake won last week. He finished 7-3. I think most of our guest pickers have finished 7-3, except for Lever, who's the only losing record guest picker we've had.
You know, Coach Lever does a lot of good things. Obviously, picking games was not one of them, but it was, you know, a little bit. He went with his heart on a couple picks, and you know,
yeah.
I don't know much of gambling or making picks, but I usually know when you go with your heart, it's usually not a good. It's not a good sign. You know, you usually got to. I don't think the guys out there in Vegas that are making these spreads are usually going with their hearts too often.
I think Lever had more of a Pat McAfee style to his picks.
Yeah, he was kind of, you know, the best thing he had going for him is he's a Midlands guy. You know what I mean? It just kind of fell apart on him, but he tried hard.
Doesn't it always fall apart on Midland guys?
Depends on your
there was a stutter there.
Apart. Depends on your description of falling apart. I mean, so, I don't know. Only time will tell on these picks. How if you keep it going, or well, we know Austin's out this week, so his picks will stay the exact same.
Yeah, we sent it out yesterday morning. Gave him a 3:59 deadline today, and still haven't received it.
Still haven't received it. We get it. He's busy. He's got a new job. He's important. Works a lot more hours now than he did in the past, but he's out this week. So
punctuality.
Does this instantly fall to an 0-10 or just no picks?
Whoever has the worst record, he's going to get one below that. That's how we're going to do it.
That's how we're going to go with I didn't know if it's just a wipe. He didn't put it in there, or he forfeits all. Is this like a Gray's Academy type deal with football where people are just taking forfeits?
Good.
Coach, I heard a rumor today, don't know how true it is, speaking of Gray, with baseball, is a lot of region games aren't going to be played, and they're going to attempt to fill their schedule with 4A and 5A teams.
Big time.
Be interested to see what the high school league decides to do with those academy schools.
It's always an interesting, touchy subject, especially as we get into baseball season too.
Extremely touchy subject. I mean, heck, their football team's loading buses and driving 10 hours to play people.
Yeah, it's no bueno. No bueno.
No bueno. You know, hey, what are they going to do? Only time will tell. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I did hear that today. We'll see when that schedule comes out. But it'll be a interesting move for those guys.
Yeah, South Carolina High School League has a lot to discover there.
Maybe we need to get Coach Winsky back on to talk about some high school.
Well, you know, he gave a lot of insight last time he was on here.
He did.
Coach, we still got like 7 weeks of football left, so we've got a lot of options here.
We do.
Hey,
he was the beginning of the season, though, kind of leading into the high school season.
Yes.
He wasn't a pick 'em, was he?
No, he picked straight from the side of the road.
He did pull over on the side. He was in Orangeburg. That's right.
He was in the Berg.
Pulled over. At least he made it.
Hey, he's just like Lever. Lever did it while he was driving. So, I mean, it's those Midland guys.
We just make things happen.
Make things happen. Make something shake, as they say. We do have a guest picker this week. Obviously not on the show. That is Cole West. He's one of Lever's friends. He's a Kane South guy, Coach.
Kane South.
You never know. Mr. Corey Welch might tweet that out after he sees his pick 'em. Kane South guy.
Hashtag Kane South guy.
Hashtag. So we'll hop in here. LSU travels to Missouri. Missouri on a hot streak, but they're 6-point underdogs. LSU took a tumble. They don't play defense down there in the Bayou. They got rolled, but they travel to the real Columbia. But the Tigers go in and get a win.
Ooh, coach.
The LSU Tigers. I'm sorry. They're both Tigers.
Yeah, I was about to say you might want to differentiate on that one. And I don't know if you've been to both Columbias. I've had the opportunity to be in both. I've lived and / live in one. Visited the other one a couple of times. So I don't know if I would classify what you said as the real Columbia up there in Missouri. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the real Columbias here in South Carolina with that one. So much better city, a lot cooler or a lot warmer in the winter. The other one's very cold. And with that being said, I think they're trying to do it this year. Woo! If there's ever a year Missouri's going to beat LSU, it is this year when Missouri is finding ways to win games, and LSU is finding ways to lose games. And I know in today's day and age, offense is king, but you usually still have to stop people. And LSU, as you said, has not done that. So give me Mizzou for the win.
Coach, going with the upset special. Cole is rolling with the LSU Tigers as well. Austin doesn't count anymore.
I will separate myself now, right from the get. Separation for the win.
This is big.
Making moves.
I think we're going to have some separation on this next game. Oklahoma travels to Texas. Texas 6.5-point favorites at this time.
But it's not at Texas, Coach.
It's not at Texas. I'm so sorry. It's at AT&T Stadium.
It's in Texas.
Same thing. They say everything is bigger in Texas, but damn it, not this time. The Sooners are going to roll in. The wagon's not going to fall over, and the Sooners are going to get a win.
Coach, is this you're going with your heart pick with the coach?
No, I'm not. I just think Oklahoma is going to play more defense, and Texas is going to make some key mistakes. Now they've beat Alabama, so what? I think Oklahoma is on the right path here.
Right, rivalry games, you throw it all out the window, right? It doesn't matter. Teams are good, teams are bad. Arguably one of the biggest rivalries in all of college sports going on this weekend. I guess the most frustrating thing with this rivalry is it's moved away from the Cotton Bowl with the fair in the background, right? So that's, you always enjoyed that part of it, but obviously you get playing in Jerry's World down there. I'm sticking with the Longhorns. I've been booting them for a while, but horns up. I think it's going to be a tight game, a lot of points. Oklahoma is just not quite as talented. Oklahoma takes an L, Texas with a win.
He's going horns up, and so is Cole. I'm going horns down over here. The Sooners, they're going to pop them. Pop them, boy. We go to the Pac-2 after dark here. Washington State travels to UCLA. Chip Kelly hosting the Cougs. UCLA 3.5-point favorites. Coach, Washington State got a big win over the Oregon State Beavers with DJU. Mm-hmm. I don't think UCLA is very good. They're favored. They're playing at the Coliseum where all 35 fans show up. Mm-hmm. So I'm rolling with the Cougs again. I think they stay hot.
Coach, I saw an interesting tweet yesterday about the troubles for the ACC with these teams coming in from the Pac-12 with no fans showing up.
Well, they don't show up anyway.
and obviously, the environment isn't a hostile one. But, you still got to get in a plane. Washington State still got to travel down there. And Chip Kelly finds ways to figure things out. Initially I was going all in with UCLA. I'm going with Washington State. I think they go down there and whip up on them. I had UCLA initially, and I made the move, switched them over there. I think Washington State's got something brewing as the wildness of the Pac-2, Pac-12 down to 2 continues on. Washington State for the win.
The only one going with UCLA is Cole. Go Cougs. That's all we got to say. Um, the big Syracuse Orangemen travel to Chapel Hill to take on North Carolina. North Carolina is 8-point favorites. I have not looked at the line since the NCAA just granted Tez a waiver to play. So big addition for the Tar Heels there. I really don't think it mattered whether he was playing or not playing. You watched Syracuse look basically abysmal against the Tigers last week on offense. So I think North Carolina rolls big time in this game.
Yeah, big news for the Tar Heels, right?
After they had just cried about it for a while.
Very interesting. They found some new evidence from the school. How did we just find some new evidence 5 weeks into the season, right? Like, I'm not knocking North Carolina, right? Like they tried everything in their power for however long to get this kid a waiver, and which, according to you, where you see kids are playing for 8-9 years, this kid should have had one.
Yes.
But regardless, off my bandwagon on that one, I'm with you. I think whether they had him or not, I think North Carolina whips up on the Orange Men. I think they're good. I think Syracuse is not. Tar Heels for the win, whipping up on the second best team in the ACC.
Here we go. Cole is rolling with the Tar Heels too, so clean sweep for the Tar Heels. Interesting game here. Alabama travels to Texas A&M to play the Fighting Fishers. Coach, I saw something interesting yesterday. Texas A&M buyout of Jimbo Fisher was north of $70 million at this point.
Hold up, how much?
I think it was between 60 and 70 million for them to buy him out right now. I wish my name was Jimbo Fisher.
I'd walk in there and tell them to fire me.
I would do something for them to fire me.
I'd leave for 40 right now. I'd leave for 40 right now.
Coach, I'd leave for 10. Just fire me. We can negotiate this. Texas A&M is 2-point underdogs. 2 points. Started at 2.5. It went down to 2. The 12th man is going to be out. Texas A&M has a bad loss to Miami. Everybody thinks the U is back. The U is still not back. Just like the Horns are still down in Texas. The Tide don't have a quarterback, but who cares? This is Nick Saban's game. He's good at it. The Tide roll.
70 million. Let's go. That's an impressive. By the way, first of all, kudos to Jimbo and his agent for inking that deal, right? Like that's like the Bobby Bonilla deal way back in the day, right? Like this is one of the greatest contracts worked by the coaches and agent ever. Kyle Field will be rocking, right? The place will be jamming. They'll be rocking all week, all night, the night before, the whole game. And you know what? I saw an interesting piece on Alabama, right? The quarterback. Everybody, especially in today's day and age, you're not allowed to coach a guy hard. Can't get on a player. Everybody, why did you yelling at him? Blah, blah, blah. It was a very interesting take, right? I guess the kid was coming off the field and Saban kind of jumped him and started fussing at him. And he walked in. He says he was running off the field. He had a smile. They just did something. And he sees Saban. He goes, oh, man, Saban's about to get into somebody. He goes, and that somebody was me. And he goes, you know what? He goes, he was explaining what needed to happen, this, that, and that. He goes, you don't listen to how it was being delivered. You listen to the words that was coming out. When you got a player like that that's leading your team and can handle those things, those 100,000 people in Kyle Field ain't going to be a problem, right? Nick Saban's going to have them boys ready. Alabama continues to get better. I think they got this quarterback. They're going to stick with him. They're going to roll with it. And you got players like that leading your team. They're going to roll Tide.
Roll Tide, and Cole was rolling Tide. There's a clean sweep for the Elephants.
Big shout out to that player, right? In today's day and age where a coach yells at somebody and they all quit or transfer, kudos to that kid, right? Things ain't always pretty out there, so good for him.
Things aren't always greener on the other side, as they say. Colorado, prime time, travels to Arizona State. Arizona State 4-point underdogs. I think Arizona State is atrocious at football. Is Herm Edwards still coaching there? I don't even know. That guy's like 90.
He's back. No, he got canned.
Well, good.
He's back doing NFL stuff. I think on
He
Sundays.
needed to do that because he was not good at coaching.
Heard he's going to
I
Clemson
think.
next year.
What'd you say? Oh, that dumpster will be full of stuff. Colorado rolls in. Arizona State gets a big win. They cover the spread as well.
You know, it could have gotten nasty 2 weekends in a row for Colorado, and they
Came back.
It was there, and they made a big time comeback, right? And heck, had a chance there at the end. So I think, you know, obviously Colorado, you know, they're like LSU. They can't stop nobody, but they can score. And I don't know if Arizona State can score or stop anybody. So regardless, prime time's back. Everybody can get back on the bandwagon. You know, and Colorado goes down to Tempe and puts it up and scores a bunch of points and wins big.
Hey, Cole's going Colorado. You know what they say, Coach?
What is that?
Give me my theme music.
Give me
Clean
my
sweep
theme.
for the Buffaloes.
The prime, baby. Prime's back.
Hey, this is arguably the biggest game of the weekend. Kentucky travels to Georgia. Georgia 14.5-point favorites, Coach. I feel like that is a humongous spread given how Georgia has played and Kentucky has huge. Kentucky has played over the past 5 games. And Georgia is let's just be honest. We talked about it last week. They're not as good as they were, which doesn't not necessarily say anything. But I think it's the year for Mark Stoops at Kentucky. And they roll into Athens. Athens fans are going to roll out with some tissues. The Wildcats are going to stun the Dogs. But hey, even if they don't, take Kentucky in the spread. No way Georgia covers.
You know what? What is that song? I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good as I ever was. Georgia doesn't need to be as good as they once were. But I'll tell you, you know, we've talked about it before. Vegas kind of always finds a way to know some things. You know, and when looking at this, I would have never thought the spread was going to be 14.5, which makes you think, what does Vegas know? You know what I mean? Like,
they don't know anything.
It makes you like, I wouldn't bet on it. I'd just walk away. I don't bet on anything, but I definitely wouldn't bet on this one, right? Because you're going to go 14.5. Georgia has kind of struggled. They've won, but they've struggled, right? South Carolina, they were losing at half. They had a big third quarter. The game after that was the same thing. It was tight at half. Big third quarter, come back. You know, then I don't know. I want to pick. I want to pick Kentucky. That's my gut. But when you see that spread and you're kind of going, Vegas, what do we got? Who's got this game rigged? You know what I mean? Like, who is the mafia back? Or we point shaming? What do we got? So I'm going with Dogs. Can't bet against Vegas on that one. That's all that one is.
Bet against Vegas. Well, Cole West is rolling with Big Blue in Kentucky. So Espo is just with the Dogs.
Separator again.
But, you know, if Austin was on the show, he would have went with the Dogs automatically. Who cares the spread at that point?
It's kind of like your pick with the Tigers.
I don't always pick the Tigers.
When have you picked against them?
Very true. Okay, next pick. We go with Notre Dame travels to going to be a crazy crowd in Kentucky with Louisville. I think they call that Papa John's Field now.
Yeah. Is it still Papa John's after all that?
I believe it is, yes. Louisville 6.5-point underdogs. I feel like this line is way too low. Given how Notre Dame has looked and Louisville has played Mother Mary and the Deaf and the Blind. So the Irish are rolling in and they're going to demolish the Cards.
Coach, how about that stat I sent you yesterday about Notre Dame?
Crazy.
30-0 against ACC competition?
Well, if you got it in regular season.
Yes, regular season. 30-0. Like the real champs of the ACC, please stand up, Notre Dame. But they won't fully go in. I'm still confused on that after all these years. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Notre Dame, they're too good. They're trying to figure some things out. Louisville obviously has impressed, has improved, has gotten better. You know, that stat I sent you to, they talked about the only team that they both played is NC State. And Louisville, beat NC State. What was it, like 13-10, and Notre
Yes.
Dame like blew them out. And there was both. Was it both at NC State? So,
Yes.
not that means ultimately everything, but I'm with you. I think Notre Dame goes in there and wins big. Louisville, they get their first L.
That time. Cole was going with Notre Dame as well. So we moved to Arkansas at Ole Miss. Ole Miss 11.5-point favorites. The Hogs not very good. Ole Miss, they don't have a defense either, but they can score with the best of them. I think it's a little closer than what it says, but I think the Rebs win.
Yeah, 11.5. Yeah, Arkansas, you can't figure them out. You think they're going to be pretty good, and then they're terrible. You know what? It's kind of like normal Arkansas across the board, right? It's Arkansas, the history of their football is kind of right there, right? And it is what it is. All fans think their team should play for a national championship, right? A la here in Columbia, South Carolina. But I'm with you. I think Coach Kiffin, he's getting them rolling. They're starting to figure things out offensively. What they did last week in that track meet with LSU was extremely impressive, especially to score and come back late. So I think they keep rolling. Ole Miss, big win for the Rebs.
Cole's going Ole Miss as well. One last game on tap here. It's a Friday night game. It's a big one.
It is.
We ran out of games, Coach. Nebraska travels to Illinois. Illinois 3.5-point favorites. Illinois just got absolutely demolished by Purdue. Nebraska has not looked very good under Matt Rule in his first year, but the Cornhuskers are going to roll into town and upset the Illini.
This is a barn burner of a game. I will not probably watch one snap of this game at all, especially with my busy Friday night plans I usually have. You know what? Nebraska's going to win. I don't, who cares? But let's go Nebraska for the win. Cornhuskers.
Hey, before we get to the tiebreaker, interesting little stay here, Coach. There's 52 consecutive days of football on TV.
I saw that.
52 consecutive days of football.
If you are a football fan, this is your greatest month and 3 quarters out there.
Well, what I can't figure out is the Sun Belt is playing college football games on Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights. Like, what's the deal there?
They're taking over the MAC. Did the MACtion leave on Tuesday night?
Well, I think they've all just integrated. I don't know what fan wants to go to a college football game on a Tuesday night, but I don't think they have many fans anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
That was going to be my point. If they don't draw well, does it matter in general?
Doesn't matter at all.
You're getting on TV. So
That's
you
right.
take the TV over the fans in the stands. Let's just say, right, if you average 20,000 fans and all of a sudden you're going to get 15, but you get TV, don't you take the TV money?
It's a win-win. Win-win there.
Who did Coach West, by the way?
Coach what?
Who did Coach West pick in that last game?
He took Nebraska as well. So clean sweep for Nebraska. Tiebreaker is going to be Oklahoma versus Texas. Currently, the over/under is set at 60.5. Mr. West is going with 63. I'm gonna let's see here. I'm going 31-23 Oklahoma, 54 total.
Oh, you're going way under, huh?
Coach, I told you defense is winning.
But all it takes is like one stop to equal defense winning. I mean,
like, be in your book of this game, but not in mine.
I'm going over. I'm going big game. 42-30. 72.
Big time. 42-30. Wow, a 12-point difference there.
Yeah.
Coach. So Coach says take the Longhorns and the spread. I'm saying take the Sooners and the spread. I don't know what Mr. West is saying.
He's just saying take under the spread.
He went over.
He went over? Yeah,
he went 63.
That game's always seems to be a shootout.
Not this time. BV is on the sideline and he's going to jack him up.
He's gonna knock that. We're gonna get the horns run into the Boomer Sooner wagon.
I think
We're gonna see who's
you're
gonna come
definitely
out.
going to see this Saturday. Is this
Oh, you'll
still
see
flag
it
now?
from. I think so, isn't it?
That's so stupid.
You know, at the end of the day, if the players wouldn't do it, you're still drawing attention to them.
Yeah.
It's like the U, right? Everybody did that one for a while. Like, who they playing this week, by the way?
Mother Teresa. Coach, I do know they have the Tigers in 2 weeks.
Where's that at?
It's at Miami, trap game. Miami takes on a solid Georgia Tech team.
Solid?
Huge game.
Huge.
And then they play, interesting here. Next Saturday, they got North Carolina in Chapel Hill before they take on the Tigers at home.
You'll find out if the U's any good then.
Well,
they're going to have a chance. They're going to have a chance to figure it out.
Tigers still have some tough games, Coach.
They do. I'm not, I do think they're going to get better because, one, their schedule. Two, people can rag on Dabo all they want. I think the guy's obviously done something right over his career. They still got good enough players. Do they have the players they had 4, 5, 6 years ago or whatever it was? No, of course not. Not many people have that. But they are going to get better. But they do have they still got a bad schedule when it's all said and done.
Well, you got to do what you got to do. You can't hate some of it.
You can't. You play who you play. That's all it is on your schedule. Coach, we got another iOS update, by the way. I just got on my phone. Like the 37th one.
It's always an update, Coach. Hey, this dog is up for adoption if anybody needs one.
Good looking dog. I got one too over here somewhere. I don't know where she's at right now. We got one in this house. Hey guys, let's do a little shout out to Final Victory here in West Columbia. Great place to adopt some dogs. They do a great job. So head on over there if you guys are listening.
Anderson Paul's here. Check her out. If you want her, hit me up. DM PBR South Carolina on social.
Yeah, we got a great one named Bessie. She's sleeping right now, so I'm not going to pick her up. But same thing.
This is Jean, like blue jean. You need a blue jean. Get a blue jean. You get a white jean, not a blue jean. Coach, we got to get off this. Say. For episode 59, that's going to do us. Hopefully, episode 60 is going to be big. So from us two here at PBR South Carolina, have a great week.